Yo, 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 yo. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show. Today is December the 15th. There are 5 games in the NBA for today. I'm going to jump right into them, man. As far as yesterday goes, I had a lot of things that we talked about on the show yesterday. I ended up taking a nap, accidentally falling asleep on the NFL games before the NBA games came on. Didn't send out any plays, didn't make any plays until the Bulls and the Pelicans game was at halftime. A total that was 248 yesterday. We caught a live 219 and a half. Game finished at 218. You literally can't make that up. Like, I think it was 67 points scored in the fourth quarter, but Bulls just couldn't score the basketball. They finished with 104 with a game total that was 248 yesterday. So I got to do a little bit better today. It's the only thing that I played yesterday. We had some winners on the show, though. Hopefully you guys found some ways to make some money yesterday. Little quicker of a show today because I got some stuff I got to do specifically early in the morning, but I do appreciate you all for tapping in. Brian says, good morning. Good. He says, great morning, Chris and fam. Have a great and blessed day. Appreciate that. Love those vibes. Prolific says, good morning, Chris. Another dog day Sunday. NBA is in another realm. It has been kind of crazy, man. Good morning, Tasha. Appreciate you for tapping in. She says, nice little 5-game card. Good morning, Smoke. What's up, Taylor? Brian says, well, Chris, I went ahead and faded my Lakers, our Lakers. And look what I get. End of the day, Sunday, loss. At least the Lakers had heart last night. I'll take it. Well, if you took them plus the 2.5, if you took the Suns plus 2.5, you won. I think that's what the line closed at yesterday. Especially when Devin Booker and Devin Booker and Dillon Brooks got rolled in. That's another thing. The injury report is so janky, man. Gosh, it's hard to kind of stomach the injury report sometimes, and it makes it so you can't make your bets early too. Crayon, good morning. Appreciate you for tapping in. Good morning, Lightbird, as always. Appreciate you for tapping in. Let's get into it for today. So first up, we'll start with Jackson. Jackson had an 0-2 day yesterday. Jackson liked the Pacers minus the 9.5. I thought that was a good bet too. The Wizards went out right. That just lets you know how Sundays go. And then Jackson also liked the over between the Pelicans and the Chicago Bulls, and that game stayed far, far under the total of 248. So as I asked Jackson, I wanted to go back to the same prompt today, see if Jackson could redeem himself. What's the best total? Redeem itself. What's the best total bet and the best spread bet in the NBA for today? Jackson likes the Boston Celtics minus the 1.5. It says that the most compelling factor here is the line itself. A spread of just 1.5 for the Celtics at home against the Pistons suggests the market is heavily favored in the absence of Jason Tatum, who is out for this contest. However, the Dunkel Index model projects a combined score of 239 points, and the Celtics is set at minus 1.5. The short line indicates that the market has overcorrected for Tatum's absence, creating a clear value opportunity. That still makes sense to me. It says the Celtics are 15-10 overall, hold an 8-4 record at home. Both teams have matching 14-11 records against the spread this season, indicating that they're generally correctly priced, making the short line even more suspicious and valuable for the favorite. So the Celtics offensive firepower, it talks about the model projects Brown to lead all scorers in this game with 27 points. The Celtics are projected to win the game outright, and the model suggests that over hits more than 60% of the time, implying a high-scoring affair where the Celtics should easily cover the 2-point margin. The Pistons, who lead the East with a 20-5 record, are paced by Cade Cunningham, who is projected to score 24 points, while Detroit's having a strong season. Playing in Boston without Tatum is a classic trap spot. I don't know about this, man. Where the home team rallies around their remaining star power. It's not like Tatum has missed the whole season, like this his first game. The Celtics have split their 2 head-to-head meetings with the Pistons this season, suggesting that they know how to handle this opponent. Given the short spread, the Celtics simply need to win by a single basket to cover. So that's the spread. That's the spread pick. As far as the total bet, it's in the same game. Jackson likes the over 229.5. It is moving up to 230.5. It looks like on a couple books, but DraftKings still has it at 229.5. It says this pick is heavily supported by statistical models, which see this game turning into a shootout despite the injury news. So the overwhelming model projection, the most definitive piece of analysis comes directly from the model projection, which forecasts a combined score of 239 points for this matchup. That is nearly 10 points higher than the current line of 229.5. The model explicitly states that the over hits about 60% of the time in simulations for this game. This high probability gives us a strong statistical edge. So then you got pace numbers. The Pistons 20-5 suggest a highly effective offense, and the Celtics, even without Tatum, have enough usage to distribute high volume scores like Jaylen Brown and others who will step up in his absence. The total points of 230.5 per news sources or 229.5, best line available, is relatively low for games featuring two top teams in the Eastern Conference. The expectation is that the pace will remain high and the scoring efficiency will overcome any defensive adjustments. So those are the two plays for Jackson, man. I don't know. I don't know about either one of those, but that's what Jackson likes. Let's jump into it for today. Link is in the description as always if you guys are interested in checking out Jackson for Monday Night Football, whatever it is that you're looking for. Let's go. So first up, we go Pistons and Celtics, right? Line, Jackson just talked about this one. Line, what I saw was what I wrote in my notes was Detroit minus 1.5 and total was 229.5. So we look at the injury report really quickly, and Detroit doesn't have anybody on it. Boston has Jason Tatum on it as well. So there won't be too many injuries in this spot. So real quick, we start to look at the matchup. Detroit has been pretty good on the road. They're 6-5 against the number. Just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games, 8-3 overall on the road in general. You really just need them to win this game. Boston, 8-4 straight up at the crib, 7-5 against the number. They've also done really, really well. They've covered 8 of their last 10 spreads. However, Detroit started the post, you can call it a little mini break, off with a really big win against the Atlanta Hawks. I think they won that game by 27 against Atlanta at home. And Boston started off on the other side. They lost the game by 15 against the Milwaukee Bucks. So what you got to ask yourself in this game, in my opinion, this is my opinion, is if Detroit is going to be able to defend the three-point line. We know that they've struggled in that regard for majority of the season. Jackson was right. This series is 1-1 straight up and against the spread. Both teams, one over, one under. Boston, I remember being on Detroit in the last game, or wanting to be on Detroit. I can't remember if I was on them or I wanted to be on them, but I know that they couldn't defend the three-point line. We know Boston going to jack up the most threes. I think they shot 3 for 18 in the second half, or 3 for 26 or something like that in the second half against the Pistons, against the Milwaukee Bucks the other day. So they still are number one in above the break three, number 2 in three-point frequency overall. You really got to ask yourself, is Detroit going to be able to guard the three-point line? Detroit got a lot of advantages, in my opinion, that they can exploit, specifically on the offensive rebound front. They should be able to go in here, win this game if they are locked in and focused. Let's see. Boston won the last matchup. I do feel like Detroit is the better team. So I don't really want to know what to do with the spread. I think Jaylen Brown has been pretty good and efficient in this contest when they play so far this season. So I guess a slight lean towards his points. I'll bring that up real quick and then go through the comments, see what you guys are thinking. We'll get on to the next game. It's not a game that I like, but I'm trying to give you guys something. All right, so this is Outlier. Link is in the description if you guys are interested in checking it out. Let's just refresh, make sure we have the most updated lines. We type in Brown. Jaylen Brown comes up. We click on Jaylen Brown. We go over to his points. They are listed at 29.5. That is a super high number. You see that Detroit is 6th in the NBA as far as points allowed against the shooting guard position. They do give it up, though, 24th. If you say Jaylen Brown plays small forward, then that is 3rd. I'm sorry, they give up the second fewest points. But, however, if we go to the head-to-head matchup, we can see that the 2 games so far this season, Jaylen Brown has been absolutely nuclear. They've struggled against Jaylen Brown so far this season. So a slight lean towards his points over the 29.5. He had 41 in Detroit and 33 in the home game. I feel like the usage will continue to be there for him as well. Maybe Derek White over his three-point prop. That's something I would also consider, just because, like I said, if I'm expecting threes to be made, then Derek White's probably going to end up hoisting up a bunch of them. Should be a little bit of a bounce-back game after he shot the ball so terribly in his last game. If we come down here to his three-pointers made, we can see that he shot just 2 for 9 in that last game against Milwaukee. Before that, he had hit 4 straight overs. We go head-to-head, 3 and 6 in the 2 matchups, and more importantly, 11 attempts in both games as well. So probably a look towards Derek White, who is shooting 39% from the three-point line in his last. Well, this is head-to-head on the season. I feel like he's been struggling a little bit more. Yeah, only 33% on the season, but I feel like he's been shooting it better as of late. Yeah, 37%. So, and then the attempts are there, right? 3, 12, 10, 15, 9. So over his 3.5 threes, you can get this at plus money as well. So that would be my quick thought process on that game. If I'm betting, I probably just like Derek White. And I couldn't talk anybody off Cade either. Cade's been absolutely amazing. And playing like an MVP candidate, in my opinion. Close Phoenix -1.5. I got Phoenix money line -120. Shot. Oh, dang, that sucks. Yeah, Lakers. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but they looked good last night, man. Let's see. I appreciate this comment from Troy. I don't got time to go through it right now, Troy, but maybe tomorrow. Adam says Jackson reading them lines, ain't it? Yeah, so I don't know what they do, man. Lowe says Celtics take care of business at home. They could, man. Adam says he played JB under 5.5 assists. I like Detroit to win. Yes, I don't know. I got to do a little bit more work. I kind of feel like they've been pick'em type games. I like Detroit a lot. I just feel like Boston's been so superior at home. If I had to play it, I think I'd be taking a dog, though. I feel like dog's been cashing more in favors as of late. I would probably play Detroit because I do think that they are the better team. Let's go to the next one. We got the Dallas Mavericks and the Utah Jazz game we played in Utah today. This line opened at 2 yesterday, or 2.5 in favor of – my fault. It's open at 3. Dallas was laying 3 in a row. Number has come down to 1.5, and the total has only gone up 237.5 up to 236.5. I'm sorry, is what it opened at. It's up to 239 now. So a lot of money coming in on the Jazz, a lot of money coming in on the over, or at least that's where the money is coming in at. We look at the injury report real quick. Dallas has been playing a little bit better. They do have Anthony Davis listed as questionable, Gafford listed as questionable as well. That's significant, of course, because Nurkic is also out for the Utah side of things. So this game could be played without big men. And without big men, I think we got to like points. I know that this total is high, but we know Utah at home typically only plays in overs. So real quick, if we just look at the Jazz so far this season, they are 9-4 to the over at home. These games are averaging 252 points. And they went under against the Thunder in that last game because they're a really good defensive team. The Rockets are also a really good defensive team. So 2 of the last 3 have gone under, but those were against really good defensive teams. If the Dallas Mavericks are without rim protection like Anthony Davis and Daniel Gafford, I think this game will be played fast paced. Also, if we come over really, really quickly, I don't got a lot of time, but I do want to show you guys this as well. If we come over really quickly to the Money Baller, link is in the description if you guys are interested in checking this out. I was looking at some NFL yesterday. So if we go here, we click select matchup, we drop down to Dallas and Utah. One thing I want to show you guys is how good the Dallas Mavericks offense has been recently. So you can see on the full season, they are the worst offensive rated team in the NBA, 109.38. Now the offense should dramatically get better just because they're playing against the Utah Jazz. But if we just look at the last 10 games, we can see that their offensive rating is 14th. So it's gotten a lot better in the last 10 games. We go last 5 games, we can see that the Dallas Mavericks offense is actually number 5. So this team has been playing offense. The defense has slowed down a little bit. Utah's still a top 10 offensive team as well. And defense, they are the second worst defensive team. What I wrote in my notes yesterday is that I don't really want to take that. Like, you got to wait on the injury report in this game, in my opinion. But Dallas is only 5-4 against the spread on the road. And they've won 3 of 9 games on the road. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks game. And I told you guys I like Brooklyn yesterday, plus the 1.5. So Dallas being 3-6 against the spread, 3-6 straight up is a red flag for me with them laying points on the road. Utah at home, not only are they 9-4 to the over, but they're also 9-4 against the number at home, 6-7 straight up. And they're coming off a nice low win against the Memphis Grizzlies in that last game that they played in a spot where, 7.5 was way too many, especially without Zach Edey. We talked about that in the last one. So this is a game where, if I'm looking, maybe it's a play on Lauri Markkanen over his points. If Gafford and AD get rolled out, even if one of those guys get rolled out, I do think we take over. And I think the Jazz are live again. That's my thought process. I know they don't want to win too many games back to back, but their last home game was such a bad showing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got down by 44. I think it was the franchise biggest deficit in that game. So I expect them to want to come out and play in front of their fans a little bit better tonight, put on a better show. Taylor says he likes Lauri over his 25.5 points, gets 53% of his points, scores 53% in the paint. I'm sorry. Mavs allowed second most points in the paint versus teams that are bottom 10. He's over in all 7 of his games so far, averaging 34. And I think it'll be fast paced as well. What's up, Fahrenheit? Appreciate you for tapping in. Give me the Jazz at home and Keontae over his points, rebounds, and assists. Keontae's been hooping, man. Fahrenheit reminding people hit the like button. Appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, watch this. Says good morning, everyone. 2 degrees still. Blessed by God. Absolutely. Always blessed. It's 17 here in Central VA right now, and they feel like it too. All right, let's keep going to the next one. We got the Rockets and the Nuggets. So game we played in Houston. We look at the injury report real quick, and the Rockets could potentially get Tari Eason back. He's listed as questionable. The rest of the injury report remains the same. No Fred VanVleet and no Dorian Finney-Smith. On the Denver side of things, no Aaron Gordon and Christian Braun. Julian Strawther is upgraded to questionable in this game. So this is a game where I like Houston. I like them plus the points. This line was at 1 yesterday. It's moving not in the favor that I like it to be. It's 1.5 now. Houston on the road has been good. That's one of the reasons I like them. They also have revenge in this spot. They lost the last game. What was the score? They lost the last game when these two teams play at home. And I think that we'll see some back and forth in this series overall. So when they played the first game, Denver went into Houston, won the game. Denver was getting 3 points. They won the game by 3. The total did stay under the 234, 112 to 109 in that game. And this was the game that this is the game where I was in Philly, so I didn't get a chance to watch this game. But I know this is the game that Aaron Gordon got hurt. He only played 3 minutes in that game. You saw Denver really step up, kind of show Houston who was boss. I just think that this is going to be a back and forth series throughout. I think, Houston went out and got Kevin Durant and re-signed Steven Adams so that they could match up with teams like Denver in the Western Conference. And I think, for me, Houston has been better on the road than they've been at home. Like, I want them in small point ranges. They didn't even cover against the Clippers in that last game. You could say that was a look-ahead spot. They're 8-4 in their 12 games, 8-4 straight up in their 12 games on the road, 9-3 against the spread on the road. Denver's 6-4 straight up, 5-5 against the spread at home, 5-5 in their last 10 games as well. Denver's been mollywopping. Well, I wouldn't say mollywopping people, but they have been winning. Some close games, some not so close games. This is their first game coming back home off a 4-game road trip. They play 5 of their last 6 on the road, whereas Houston's been comfortably at the crib. The only time they've left in December in general has been the game that they went to Dallas, which is an in-state rival, and then they had the back-to-backs to start the month off in Utah, actually the end of the last month. So I like Houston plus the 1.5 here. I have not bet it yet, but that's the only way that I'm looking. I think Houston get their revenge in this spot. I think the absence of Christian Braun and Aaron Gordon show up big in this spot. And I think if I'm betting player props, I think I like Jokic. I saw what Zach Edey was able to, not Zach Edey, what Zubac was able to do to Alfred Sengun, and that did not make me feel good about him having to play against Jokic in the next game. So Jokic should be able to do whatever he wants, especially the way Zubac was able to abuse him in that last game. But I do think that Houston has enough to win the game. So player prop, I'm betting on Jokic. Spread, I'm betting on Houston plus the points. That's the way that I like this game. Let's see. Any thoughts? Lowe says, I like Houston a lot. Revenge game for sure. Yeah, I think they'll remember it, man. I do. Brian says, as lately, it's been Denver on the road at home. They've been a fade. I'll take Houston. I agree. Stephen Adam, first quarter rebounds for Adam. Boogie says, good morning, folks. 0 degrees in Houston. God. Lean Nuggets first half, but Houston full game, Boogie says. Yeah, that's what I like as well. Let's jump to the next one. Memphis and Los Angeles, the Clippers this time. So look at the injury report on the Memphis side of things. There is no Zach Edey, and that's where it stops for me for Memphis. Brandon Clark is doubtful, and then the rest of the guys that have been on the injury report the whole entire season are on there. For the Clippers, Batum and Harden are listed as questionable, and then Derrick Jones Jr., of course, remains out. So this was one that I was kind of circling. It's actually my favorite spot on the board, and then I see that James Harden listed as questionable, and I'm not sure if I can get to the window with it. The spread did go down last night, but it popped back up today. So maybe that's this was down to 3 last night when I was looking at it. Probably about midnight, it was down to 3. Harden is listed as questionable for Monday's game. It's a left calf contusion. I feel like Harden typically plays through injuries like that. I like the spot here for the Clippers, man. They got double revenge. We know that they lost both games against Memphis, one at home, once on the road. I want to bet Memphis. I want to bet the Clippers early specifically. Now the Clippers have been god awful. We know that they're 6-18 straight up on the season. I know that let me just double check it real quick. They haven't been good. So This isn't the play you take if you back in a whole bunch of numbers. But they're 6-19 straight up, only 8-17 against the number. I don't even know if I necessarily want them for the full game, but I do think that they come out and they play well early. I'm not gonna pull it back up on the screen, but you guys, if you watch the show every day, you know that one of the strongest angles to bet the Clippers in is early. They did cover the first half number against they covered the first quarter, first half, and full game against the Houston Rockets in their last game. And I want to say the game before that, they were playing against Minnesota. They covered the first quarter, first half in that game as well. And before that, they went to Memphis and they covered the first quarter in that game. The first half in that game. This was a game that we talked about liking them in. So it's been the Atlanta, same thing, first quarter, first half as well. So they've been really good in the first half. And then they just can't finish. And I don't know if it's because they're old. They do have rest in this spot. They haven't played. They've had 4 days off. 3 days off before this game. So I think that Memphis without Edie is a fade, as we saw in that last game. They gave up 130 points at home to the Utah Jazz. So, they have been playing really, really good. They won 5 of their last 6 games. They've covered 5 of their last 6 spreads. No Zach Edey, and you lose to the Utah Jazz, giving up 130 points. So, yeah, I think the Clippers first half is the best play in this game. And it tells me something that the line is going back up because, like I said, this was down to 3. It's back up to 4, 4.5, and 5 on a couple books. So I like Clippers early in this spot. They only 3-7 straight up at home. They only 1-9 against the spread at home. Only 4-6 against the spread in their last 10. But they have been covering a few games. They've covered 2 of the last 3, and they've been really, really good in the first half. So that's my thought process. Clippers first half is what I like in this game. And I think that's going to do it for me. Let's go through comments real quick. Yeah, you guys not talking to me in the comment section. Boogie got some. He says, first glance, I want Clippers, but that 1-9 at home ATS, no thanks, Memphis or backwood. Okay. Clippers been balling lately and took my money. I want them tonight, and they'll take my money. The Clippers. Adam said, these Clippers, when rested, ball out, to be honest. A lot of people don't know it, Adam. They're going to just follow the trend. I get it. But, yeah, Clippers for me early in this game if I can get Harden in. And the way that the line moving is telling me that Harden is going to play in this game. Busy says, give me Cam Spencer over his 14.5 points and assists. He's looked really, really good. I couldn't talk you off of that. The Lightbearer says, just a gentle reminder to the chat to smash the like button. Appreciate that. For sure, as always, appreciate you, Lightbearer. All right, the other game, the only one that I didn't talk about was one that I haven't really dug too deeply into, which is Toronto and Miami. We start with the injury report. So Toronto is laying 6 points now. This line was at 6 yesterday. It's come down to 5.5. Still some 6s out there. Total hasn't really moved a lot. 237.5 is what it opened at, and that's what it's still at. If we look at the injury report real quick, I did see that Quickly had been upgraded to questionable for this game. Let me just double check. Yeah, Quickly is actually off the injury report. No RJ, of course, and then AJ Lawson is questionable. And Jamison Battle is also listed as probable. On the Miami side of things, Larson remains out, and then Yaka Jonas is also listed as probable. So I don't have anything for you guys in this one. Like, it's not a game that I dug too deeply into. Let's see what we have real quick. So first meeting of the season, Miami won. It looks like 3 of the last 4 last season. Both teams went 2-2 against the number. That's last year data. Toronto's looked absolutely abysmal as of late. They've lost. It looks like, what is this? 6 of their last 7 games they've lost. Only 1 came against Portland. Didn't cover that spread either. So they're only 1-9 against the number in their last 10 games. 7-3 to the under. Offense has really, really started to fail them. Yeah, I don't really have anything on Toronto right now. Getting Quickly back should push the pace, not make the defense any better, though. Miami has also lost 4 games in a row. They've only covered 1 of their last 4. I don't know. They've also been playing in 4 straight unders. Miami's offense, now that I think about it, I read some stuff about Tyler Hero coming back, and that really hurting the offense a lot. So maybe a look towards Tyler Hero. I'm sorry, not a look towards Tyler Hero. Maybe a look towards Toronto, getting this many points on the road just because Tyler Hero has come back and kind of disrupted the offense a lot. Remember when the Miami Heat was scoring like 125 points per game? Well, if we go look at them in their last 5 games, I'm not going to bring this up on the screen, but if we go look at the Toronto Raptors in their last 5 games, so I'll just give you guys the numbers. So full season, the Miami Heat are 14th in offensive rating. If we go last 10 games, the number drops to 15th in offensive rating, so not that much. If we go last 5 games, the offense has dropped to 20th. And they really, really struggled. That's why they 4-1 to the under, 4-1 to their team total under. So people are saying, Tyler Hero's come back and kind of messed up the offense. And I don't know if that's it, but I don't think he had anything to do with Norman Powell not being able to make shots in that last game. I don't really know what to do with the spread or the total, if I'm being honest. I know Miami plays at one of the top pace in the NBA. Toronto, not a team that can guard the three-point line. I don't know what to do with this one, so I'm gonna skip it. Maybe I'll look into it a little bit more. You guys got thoughts? Let me know what they are. Brian says, yeah, I did fade the Clippers second half last game, and they keep coming. So they kept coming. So I'll do it again tonight. I like your breakdown. Thank you for your work. Happy holidays. Appreciate you, Brian, as always. This could be good. Taylor says he likes Scotty Barnes over his 13.5 rebounds and assists. He says he loves to play fast versus teams with the top 10 pace. He's over the 13.5 rebounds and assists in 8 of his 9 games, averaging 15. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I feel like his numbers without he has to help B out on the offensive end a lot too. So rebounds and assists makes a lot of sense, Taylor. I do like that look. I like that look a lot. Adam says he likes Wiggins over his points. I have no idea who's going to end up scoring the ball for the Miami Heat. They got so many scores. I feel like they all do the same thing. They all just shoot threes outside of Bam. Bam shoot threes, but he also plays in the post. Everybody else just, I don't know what they be doing out there. And yeah, I'm just not sure, man. Is the Heat? Yes, the Hero, Tyler Hero has been struggling with the team, but that mini break, I bet they come out sharp. I'm on the Heat, Brian says. Okay, best of luck, man. All right, so what we talked about, as far as a recap, and I forgot to mention this, Boston first quarter has been really, really good. So if I'm betting that first game, it's probably a look towards Boston early. For whatever reason, Boston, even we saw it in the Milwaukee game too. They, had a big first quarter lead. They scored 33 points, I think, close to 40. Had a big first half lead, and then their threes, they just can't. It's really, really a struggle for them. So if you like Boston, you may want to play them early. They have been a lot better than Detroit has been early to start games. So that's something that's on the short list for me. The Clippers first half, the number is, I think you can get a first half -2. You can get a -1.5. It's juiced to -115. I would just play the 2 on Caesars at -110. And then Houston, I like Houston tonight as well, man. These would be the ways that I would bet the games today. Jaylen Brown points over 29.5. We talked about that. And Derek White over his threes as well. Lauri Markkanen points, I think, are good. And I like the look by Taylor as well. May do some research on that and add that one to the list as well, man. Those are the games for today, man. Best of luck on whatever it is that you guys are betting. Link is in the description for all the resources that I use to handicap the games. Best of luck on your Monday action, man. Stay warm today. And we'll be back tomorrow for NBA Cup Championship. Spurs or Knicks. Y'all put it in the comment section. Let me know who y'all gonna bet on. I'm out.